Hi, babe.
What's going on?
Well, just sipping on our mom waters.
We do have mom waters. I want to talk about dicks.
You want
Specifically.
just go right into it?
No. Just because we were talking about something before the pod, and we got on the road of conversation that I think would be appreciated here.
Oh, yes.
And I think my biggest question would be led from that is because you asked the question, do you think that there's girls out there that have had sex but don't know what a dick looks like because they just avoid looking at it?
Yeah.
I think that's possible.
I think so too.
I think that's possible. But my follow-up, which made me kind of pause, is do you think that there is a phobia of penises?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think that there are straight women that have a phobia of penises?
Have you seen a penis?
Yeah.
Have you seen other men's penises?
A few.
They're terrifying.
They can be, for sure.
And, like, honestly, you have one, like, staring you down, like, hole right there.
Do you think dick pics are a good thing?
No. It depends.
Why?
They should be tasteful and not solicited.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be consensual.
Not unsolicited.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
Not solicited means without consent.
Oh.
So.
They should be solicited.
They should be consensual. Just
yes.
say that.
They should be consensual dick pics.
Let's not try to expand our
vocabulary today.
Yeah, our vocabulary.
All right.
That's not a good idea. That's not a good
so
idea.
Tired.
Dude, it has been such a fucking rough week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good lord. Good lord. I can't, you can't really go into the specifics as to why, but...
No, I cannot.
Work has been insane.
Yes.
And we're doing spring cleaning at work, so it's been a little bit crazy physically when it comes to, demanding on that end. But anyway, back to these chicks that are afraid of dicks.
Yeah.
How do you think?
Terrifying.
What do you think they do? Because I think in that case, dick pics are a good thing. I think dick pics are all right.
Like if they're afraid of dicks.
Well, I feel like for me, if I was a female,
yeah.
I feel like giving up my hole is like a terrifying thing.
Why?
It'd be horrifying. And well, right now, me personally as a dude, anything being inserted inside of me is something I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm hella straight, dude. I'm so fucking straight.
I know. And like, I don't know, previously to like having a baby.
Yes.
Right, I was very like, the only thing that's going in there are, your stuff. After having a baby and you get...
You can just say me. You don't have to say your stuff and then pause for 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
your stuff. Wink, wink. She's talking about my dick.
Not just your dick.
Oh, man. All right, anyway.
After you have a baby and like a million people's hands go up your vagina and like a million different tools.
Yeah, you want to cheat now?
No, I don't know where you got that insecure little fuck.
You want big dicks?
No.
All up in you.
No. Stop being insecure about your dick size.
Hey.
No, it's just
don't make me.
You tend not to be afraid of like somebody worming their way up there.
Yeah, worming. That's so fucking gross. Yeah, if only we had trapdoor pussies, like ducks. No, but like, I think for me personally, I'd be comforted by dick pics, because then I'd know what I'm getting myself into. I feel like discovering a new dick or seeing a new dick for the first time would be horrifying every time. Because what if it's gigantic? It never is. Let's be honest. It never is. But
you can fake pictures. Different
kinda,
angles. Yeah. If you have nothing around that you can compare size to.
Yeah, I'd be able to tell.
You won't.
Dude.
You absolutely wouldn't.
Do you want me to Google some dick pics? Actually, no, I can't do that because then I don't know what the actual size would be.
Exactly.
I wonder if there's a website for that. Guess my dick size.
You just ask your friends.
That's true.
I would have bet.
They would send me their dicks.
If you texted them right now and we're like, hey, I need you to send me a dick pic in your dick size.
Yeah.
Like separately. I want to see if I can guess it.
Yeah.
I think they would.
I think there's a few of them that would, for sure.
Definitely.
But I wonder if there's a website for that.
Probably.
Guess my dick size and it's just dick pics. Which one do you think is the most flattering? The underneath?
No. Oh my god, no. Because they're never paying attention to their face.
They use the selfie camera.
They're never paying attention.
They use the
to their
selfie
face.
camera and they use editing to flip it back upside down because they have to hold their phone upside down to get all the way down there. I don't think I could take a dick pic like that. I've only taken like 2 in my life ever.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
And the one is the one you sent me with the top hat on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to give him a little top hat. Because I'm very insecure about that. I don't like that.
Is it weird to say that I think I have taken more pictures of your dick than you?
You have.
Yeah.
You have. It's not a think. You absolutely have.
It's not that I said. No, I didn't say is it.
Specifically my balls,
said, is
actually.
It weird? I said, is it weird?
Nah. Well, yeah. Because I think dudes usually take more pictures of their dicks to send to their boys. Be like, hey, what do you think? How am I cooking in here or whatever? You know? Mm-hmm. Bounce it off somebody else.
Yeah.
But I think specifically you've taken more pictures of my nuts. Because I like to cover my shaft.
Yeah, like.
I
oh my god, like the stairs in our old house.
Yeah, I hold it up and then I let the boys fly. Because I'm not ashamed of my nuts. I got big nuts. So I'm alright. I'm okay. Don't roll your eyes at me. Don't do it.
What do you think about other nudes?
About other nudes?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Do you, like, so when you think of a dude sending a nude, do you just think they're sending, like, only a dick pic?
No, I think people who have feelings probably try to go for something that at least looks a little bit appealing. I think the dudes who, like, are dry for, like, 2.5, 3 weeks, I think those are the dudes that, like, get really desperate and start making caveman faces and sending the underneath, the over-unders.
Yeah.
But I think regular people who get milked fairly frequently send somewhat tasteful ones, you know? Like, do, like, little poses on their beds, or even if they have a good physique, especially, like, if it's a dude that has a good physique, you don't want to take an ugly dick pic because you don't want to ruin it. Because I
don't even feel like if you have a good physique, I don't feel like you need to send more than one dick pic. I feel like you send the one dick pic, and then you send really tasteful, like, just nude shots.
Exactly.
Like of your like mirror selfies, like completely naked.
But like phone sex and all that stuff has never really been my thing.
No, I know.
It's always been hard for me. It's been very difficult because
why?
It's hard for me to separate like real life, if that makes any sense. Because I feel like phone sex is such a fantasy thing. It's built on a fantasy. It's like, oh, we're pretending we're together. It's hard for me to pass that barrier. I'm too much of a logistical kind of.
Oh, when I do that. What would you be doing if I was there right now?
Yeah, it's like, shut up and come over instead.
Yeah.
Is kind of how I am. It's like, why are we doing this? It's like, shut up, get over here, and I will show you. Like, it's not, it's weird for me.
I feel like it's weird.
And then they get, people will get pissed off, and then.
I feel like it's weird for us to talk about this, though. Because we've been together since we were 18.
True.
So we never really had that, like, I mean, I did a little bit.
You think I never phone fucked? Come on now.
Yeah, but, like, you couldn't, like, if you phone fucked, like, in high school.
In high school, well, you didn't have any game. Well, I didn't have any game. I had in the negatives when it came to game.
I know, I was a slut, so.
Still have no game. But I'm kind of proud of that. I think that's a good quality for me to have now that I'm in a committed relationship, is just having no game. Bitches wanting nothing to do with me 90% of the time. There is that 10% of the time that I'm getting better at recognizing, but
here's the thing, though. Like, you still need to have game in a long-term relationship.
Yeah, it's true. And there are times where I try, and it usually doesn't work out too well because it's usually just really awkward and really weird because I have no game. So, like, whenever
like Valentine's Day,
yeah, I give it a whirl, swing and a miss. But every once in a while I hit it. Every once in a while. But when I say every once in a while, I mean every once in a while. It takes a bit.
It's rough out here, ladies.
It's something I'm working on. I am working on it.
I know. I think.
Come on. I'm very self-conscious about that. Like, I try really hard in some ways, but it's just like I think we just have different love languages, if that makes any sense.
We do. That's like that video I showed you yesterday. Like, we have very different love languages.
Yeah. So, like, you appreciate things that I don't understand how somebody could appreciate in the way that you do. If that makes any sense.
Absolutely not.
And figuring...
Dumb it down, please.
No. It's like, there are certain things that you like. Mm-hmm. That, for me, getting my head around liking those things in the way that you like them is difficult. Because I don't like the same things in that way. You know what I mean?
Can you give me an example?
Okay, so like if I do something really nice for you, you like that a lot.
Yeah.
Normally, yes. Me, I get uncomfortable when people do nice things for me.
Oh.
So for me, it's hard for me to see that from your perspective. I'm working on it, but it's hard for me to see that as a positive from my perspective because I'm always like, this is weird. And it makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, it just makes me uncomfortable. So like, I like to give. I like to do those things. I like, of course, with how things are right now, it's a little bit busy to do anything real grand, but just little things here and there, 5 seconds extra long of a hug. To me, that's nice. To you, that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
I'm not a touchy person.
Yeah. And when it comes to me really being into somebody, that is one of the things that I hold in somewhat high value. I wouldn't say it's the most important thing, but to me, it's nice.
Yeah. And I'm a person who gets very overwhelmed by touch super easily.
Yeah. So, like, we don't match. We should not be together.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that.
Really? Okay.
I think it's good to have two different love languages as long as you're communicating about it.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean...
Hey, babe, take out the trash. Okay, 1 second. Let me finish this game of Overwatch. Game of Overwatch is done. You're angrily tying a trash bag.
That was not when you were That was not when you were playing Overwatch.
Oh, I wasn't actually pulling a specific example, but okay.
No, it's more like, yeah, I'll do that in a second.
Yeah, I'll do that in a second.
And then 10 minutes later.
10 minutes. I know. 10 minutes.
You said you'll do it in a second.
1.
No.
I should be there.
Okay, no. Listen, like that kind of stuff.
I understand.
It's like,
that's why I feel bad. I do feel bad about that stuff because I understand how that can be frustrating.
Especially because if in those 10 minutes, like I'm doing other things.
Yes.
And like I look over and you're still like just sitting on the couch watching a video.
Dude, if you're doing something in the house and I'm not doing something,
I know you probably feel super guilty.
I feel terrible because you are way more fucking zoom around the house most of the time that I am. I get my manic episodes.
Yeah.
But most of the time you're way more zoom around the house.
I'm better at like multitasking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So sometimes I get frustrated because I am really good at multitasking.
Yeah.
And
you're like, why can't you just fucking do everything at once like I can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's difficult. Like if you make dinner, like a dinner that would probably take me like maybe 10 minutes and I would be cleaning the kitchen the entire time. It takes you like 20, maybe 25.
Yeah.
And that can be frustrating because I'm like, what is taking you so long for dinner? Yeah. I'm like, I should have just done it. It would have been done in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. And then when you say things like that, I'm like, fucking, what's the use of me cooking then?
I know.
So it just doesn't work.
So I don't say it out loud.
Yeah, but I see it. I see it.
I know. I'm sorry.
I absolutely see it.
I love you.
You can't hide your feelings.
I cannot.
That's just how you are. You wear it. You wear every feeling.
I do. It's really difficult. It's difficult doing my job and wearing every feeling on my face. I have to poop so bad. Can you please pause this?
You gotta take a shit.
I have to take a shit so bad.
You can't poop in the mic.
As my one coworker told me the other day, she's like, she was explaining a bad healthcare.
Wait, you could finish, but we are 14 minutes in, and now you have to shit.
Yeah.
You didn't have to shit before at all?
No.
All right. You can tell your story, and then you can shit.
Okay. So, like, it was a bad healthcare thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, every time this thing happens, I get pre-diarrhea. You know, like when you get super stressed about something, like your first day of school or like
you gotta poop?
a stressful thing. Yeah, and you feel like you have to poop and then you have like stress diarrhea.
Yeah, you need to go take a shit. Well, yeah. All right, we're back.
Thank you. I had a poop.
Was it a good poop?
Yeah. It's the 5th time I pooped today.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
When you went to grab your vape, I sprinted into the bathroom and sniffed the toilet.
I heard you. Why did you go sniff it?
I wanted to make sure it was good. I wanted to make sure it was a good poop.
That's weird. That's really weird. I don't know what else to say to that. That's okay. Super weird.
That's okay. I just wanted you to know that I cared about you.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyway, girls that are afraid of dicks. What do you think?
I thought we went past that.
Yeah, we did. But
I don't know what we were talking about.
exactly, which is why I said girls that are afraid of dicks. No, actually, I do want to go back to justifying dick pics. I think there was a few more things I had to say about that. I don't know if you're against dick pics or not. I don't know why you say they're a bad thing.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit whatever. But no, I think if you have a good physique, this is what I was. Yeah. If you have a good physique and you have a bad dick pic where your dick looks teensy tiny, it's over. It's over.
Here's my thing, though.
Yeah.
Like, a big dick isn't everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm well aware. But...
And honestly, I think most girls don't really care about dick size. I think for most girls, it's about, like, whether or not the guy is a giving partner.
What are you talking about over there?
Like...
What are you talking about?
Dude, like, foreplay.
Let him cook. Yeah?
Yeah. Or if a dude can make a girl come, honestly, like, I don't think a girl gives a shit on whether or not the dude has a big dick or not.
I think you're in the minority of people.
As long as he can get her off.
As long as she comes, you think it's
yes.
okay? Are you sure your standards just haven't been lowered?
No.
All right. If you say so.
Listen, because, I mean, I've been with some...
Somewhat.
Reasonably sized men.
Yeah.
That some might consider way above average.
Yeah.
And they sucked.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
Yeah.
I was doing all the work.
So even though I have a smaller dick than your ex's, it's better. Is that what you're trying to make me feel better for having a smaller dick than your ex's?
And I wouldn't even say you have, like, a small dick.
I'm not saying I have a tiny dick. I'm not saying I have a micropeen. I know I don't have a micropeen.
Yeah, I mean, some of the guys, yeah.
I think the descriptor that I would use for my dick, personally, would be outrageously average.
So average.
Violently average.
Violently average.
Damn near threateningly average.
Yeah.
It is the most average dick you have ever seen. You are not going to be blown away, but you're not going to cry. You'll be all right. You'll be fine most of the time.
Unless no, it's like the perfect size dick, though.
Thank you.
Like, perfect.
That's really kind of you to say.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I got a big dumb smile on my face right now.
You do.
I appreciate that.
It was a perfect size dick.
You don't have to say it again, but I'll take it.
But, like, yeah.
I'll take it. You don't have to say it a third time if you don't want to.
Stop.
But no, I think dick pics are good. They let you know what you're getting into. I would not want to be a female. That would scare the shit out of me. Should I not say female? What should I say?
Female's fine.
Sorry. I am a struggling ally. I'll be honest.
I know.
I've had a journey. I've had a long journey of trying my hardest to be an ally.
You have.
I really do try really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I was not raised that way.
No.
I just was not. I'm not saying they did a bad job. They did a great job, I think, but it's just how they are.
This dog is kind of being weird.
What?
She's like just going in circles.
Yeah, she needs to go outside.
Take her outside.
I don't want to. I don't want to pause again.
Then don't. Their door is right there.
Oh, yeah. I guess I could do that.
You can do that. And
I don't know. I'm really comfy. I'm like kicked back with my feet up. Oh, man.
I can continue to talk about how you are like a good ally now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. Oh, Jesus Christ.
As he's letting the dog out. Like, literally, our back door is like right there. That's okay. I don't know if he'd like totally agree with me, but I definitely...
What?
Nothing. I was just talking shit. No, but like...
Talking about me to people.
I was saying, like, you have like bi-wife energy.
If this was like 5 years ago, I would take that as an insult.
You would not. You did not have it then.
I would take that as an insult, but now I take that as a compliment. I'm an ally. I don't want to brag or anything.
Within the last 2 years, like, you've really come into your bi-wife energy.
Nice, I think.
Self, yeah.
What characteristics make a bi-wife energy dude?
So, like...
What's the formula? Sugar, spice, everything nice? A little bit of chemical X?
I definitely think it's a little bit of that, like, gamer, like, golden retriever, gamer boy trope.
I'm a dumb dude who likes to
But
play with
also,
sticks.
some gay guys think you're also gay.
What? What do you mean?
How many
What do
times?
you mean by that?
How many times have gay guys hit on you?
A few. Mostly in high school.
Even when you were working at the senior living place.
What?
Yeah, well, you were working there.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
That did happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's just because of my build.
No.
No?
It's the vibe. It's just a vibe you give off.
I'm gay?
No.
Do I sound
No,
gay?
you just have bi-wife energy. Like a very good ally.
I know I have a high voice. Does that contribute at all to...
I think just also you're very lovable.
Aw. Thanks.
Like, even people that we used to work with, they're like, oh my god, he was just so nice and pleasant and was just, like, always...
Well, that's something
like,
that I've been thinking a lot about recently. Not about how awesome I am. More or less just...
Like, charming.
Right. However you want to say it, I guess. Instantly uncomfortable. But, no, more like how being nice and being a good dude is not that hard. I don't find it difficult. I don't think it's that hard to be a good dude.
No.
It's really not that hard to not be a piece of shit all the time. It's getting harder. It's getting tougher.
Yeah, there are so many bad people out there.
I understand why bad people are bad people. Sometimes it's just easier. It is just easier sometimes. And it's getting to the point to where more often than not, it's just easier to be a dick.
Sometimes you also have to think, like, are they truly a dick or are they just having a bad day?
True. But if it's like a coworker,
oh, yeah,
you'll be able to tell. If it's somebody that you're around semi-frequently, even if it's like every month, like once a month, like if your therapist is a cunt, but you only see them once a month.
No, I wouldn't have them as my therapist.
Exactly. But if they're a cunt one time, it's like, oh, they're just having a bad day.
Not even that. If you like have a therapist who's a cunt like one time, I'm like, I'm done.
Really?
You have to really vibe with your therapist.
That's true. That's
you
true.
dig through some deep shit with your therapist. You gotta be homies.
I guess I never got to that point. I guess I never got to that point with
You
therapy.
have to be like on a good vibe with them where you feel comfortable talking to them. Or you're like me, who tends to talk. Like when I was sitting in therapy, like I would talk a lot. Like I would just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You would overload them with information.
Yes, that way they
couldn't
wouldn't actually
figure out what's going on with you.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't do that in my personal life.
That's not that hard to see through, though, I think. Is just like when people are uncomfortable and they try to deflect by overwhelming you with information. That's what Trump did. Oof. True. Let's not go back to that.
No, let's take a break from politics.
Let's take a break from that. But still true. I will not elaborate someday. But no, like I think that's valid. I just didn't get there with therapy. You know, therapy just it didn't gel with me. I don't know if I just got a pussy old man because he was old and he was kind of a little bitch.
You have to be good friends with your therapist.
Yeah, and I did not want to be friends with anybody then. So it was just one of those deals where
like
no matter what, it was like a Goodwill Hunting thing, except that was way cooler.
Like I would love to.
Mine was just way more of me just being a douche. Like
I would love to look for a new therapist.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are we gonna do therapy hunting?
Maybe.
It'd be kind of fun. We probably need it.
Like couples therapy?
No, I don't think we need couples therapy.
You know, I don't think couples therapy is a bad thing. I feel like so many people, like...
This is not the answer I expected.
Think couples therapy is, like, a negative.
Like taboo.
That, like, yeah. Like that. Oh, that means you're on the
brink. Like your relationship's
of...
going down the shitter and you need saved.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
Okay.
I think couples therapy, like regular therapy, is just, like, helping you work through shit. Just together.
Fair.
So, like, for example, like, we were just talking earlier about, like, our different love languages. Yeah. Like, therapy would help us find different ways for the other to appreciate them in their love language.
Yes.
So, I don't know. I just think it's like that.
I'm just really bad at taking that kind of advice.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at other people telling me how to feel.
Well, I think we have, like, had such a strong relationship because we have conversations like this, like, all the time.
We literally do.
Literally do.
Yeah. Damn near nightly.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Like, just the communication about, like, feelings and, like, how we're processing things.
Yeah.
Like, happens all the time.
I think we know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, after a few years. You know.
Yeah.
We know each other fairly well.
But not everybody has that, where they, like, even if you have, like, a friend that you're super comfortable talking to, not everyone has that, like, person they're super comfortable talking to about, like, every feeling, thought, occurrence.
Yeah.
Like, I feel comfortable talking to you about my shits, and I feel comfortable talking to you about my work day.
Yeah.
And I feel comfortable talking to you about, like, the random things that pop in my head.
The random things that pop into your head are the best things in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I love your brain so much. Your brain literally should be in a museum. After you die, put it in a museum, please.
Do you remember, like, when we would, like, sit in the car and you would show me a song? And then I would tell you, like, a scene.
It's the weirdest fucking thing ever. You visualize music in a way that I can't say I've never done, but you do it so quickly. Mm-hmm. You're very good at attaching vibes to music and sounds in general, and just attaching vibes to anything and being very, very specific about it and painting a picture in your brain of what this song would look like. Mm-hmm. But only for you, because it's always so fucking dorky.
It is.
Every fucking time. It's always so dorky.
Yeah.
It's like a Viking battle or some shit.
Yeah.
And it's going to just be like some metal, which, granted, hot, but like it's super weird to watch too, because like every once in a while you'll just like, it doesn't happen for every new song that I show you, but every once in a while I get one where you're instantly just, this reminds me of storming into battle or some shit like that, or you know, like you'll just whip out an entire narrative of like a whole story, and it's like, and then the elf went to the bakery, but the baker didn't want to bake him a cake because he was gay, but the law said he had to because the libtards took over.
Stop! I thought we weren't talking politics.
Sorry. It's hard. The thing that I do maintenance work, so the people I'm surrounded by, I do not want to talk about politics or anything like that with, because I don't have a problem with the right in and of itself, but the way that they debate things is so frustrating because they just act like toddlers, and I don't want to argue with toddlers.
How did we go from talking about my brain to talking about your conservative coworkers?
Because I don't know, man.
We weren't gonna get political.
We're not getting political. What's in your brain right now? What are you thinking about? You're looking at me a certain type of way.
I don't know.
There's nothing?
All right, now.
That's amazing.
I don't know. I'm a very, like, visual person, but I was also, like, that kid who, like, wrote stories.
You did do fanfic.
I wouldn't even call that fanfic.
Baby, it's okay.
I didn't write, like, you know, fucking Harry Styles and...
Do people do Harry Styles fanfics specifically, though?
Well, especially when, like, One Direction was super big.
For me, I think it would be harder to make a fanfic about a character that's real. Like Harry Styles, or like a real person, because at that point I feel like I would be self-aware enough to realize that I'm being a stalker instead of a fanfic writer.
Nope.
Because this is a human being that goes home to his family.
Nope.
No.
So many.
I mean, I know they're kids.
So
I know they're
many
kids. I know they're kids.
One
But
Direction
even
fanfics.
then, that freaked me out.
So many One Direction fanfics. Yeah. So many.
Do you remember any?
No.
Not even the plots?
No.
No. It always just ended in them getting, like, losing their virginity to Harry Styles.
No. Like, it was Harry Styles and one of the band, like, other band members.
Oh, no, not Niall.
No, it wasn't Niall. It was Liam.
You knew.
It wasn't Liam.
No, you know.
Is it Tom?
I don't even know who they are, so I cannot tell you. I only know Liam because I remember his stupid haircut.
No, it wasn't Liam.
You're genuinely really trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
Come on, you could do it. You're figuring it out.
I can't figure it out.
Watch it just be like Logan or Mark.
It is a really dumb name. I'm kidding.
Dumb name? It's a really Joe Schmo name. It's not like Sting. Imagine if the last one was just Sting. She's Googling.
Lewis.
Tomlinson. Lewis Tomlinson.
Yeah, so it was like Harry and Lewis fanfic.
Okay.
It was very gay fanfic. It was smut. It was straight smut.
Of course it was.
And they were really bad. Like, they weren't good.
So.
But I didn't write fanfic. I made up stories.
Is that a bi thing?
What?
You think? Here's my thing. In order to make a fanfic, because I'm not nearly as into that world. I never really was.
Because you don't like to read.
I used to love to read. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I used to love to read. But, no. Even back on, like, the forums, because I was on the internet at a very early age, I always steered clear of the forums. because I was like,
Really?
this is where the freaks crawl around.
Yeah.
And I do not want that influence. I don't want to turn into a furry. Let's be honest. I do not want to be a furry. I've gotten a lot better at accepting them, but like that was a prejudice that I had growing up, was against furries and everybody that had those weird connotations. And I don't know. I would always mock them. It was really bad. It was not tasteful at all. But like, I understand now that that's like a place where people went to seek refuge from their lives, and like they were able to express their creativity. And
I feel like it's like escapism. That's what it is. It's escapism.
Escapism. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a grammar Nazi.
It's escapism.
Yeah, you said escape.
Oh. Oops.
I'm sorry.
But, like,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Like, I can relate to that stuff, though.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
that's why, like, I'm glad that you were in that realm, you know?
Yeah, not a furry. I was never a furry. I want to make that very clear. I don't like furries. I'm so sorry. They freak me out.
Yeah.
But, and I'm usually, like, I feel like I'm a very open-minded person.
Is it because it's one of those types of communities, but it's normally attached to a fetish of some sort, or at least it's perceived to be attached to a fetish?
It's because it is a fetish.
And it's a fetish that you can't attach yourself to? Like, you can't rationalize it?
The thing with fetishes and kinks...
Fetishy?
No, fetishes.
Yeah.
And kinks...
Yeah.
Is that, like, inherently, they are meant to make people uncomfortable. Unless you're into it.
Kind of, yeah, I guess.
So, like, for example,
it's the off-the-wall shit.
Like a daddy kink.
Yeah.
That makes you uncomfortable.
A bit, yeah.
So, a furry kink is the same thing.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable. Like BDSM, a lot of people like BDSM stuff like really freaks them out. Like the idea of being like blind and yeah, but
that stuff I think it's weird to me that BDSM is surface level kink. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
surface level.
People are twisted.
Yeah, BDSM is pretty vanilla to me, like when it comes to that realm of kinks and stuff.
Yeah,
and
but
the daddy kink stuff doesn't bother me as much since I've had a kid. Weirdly enough, I don't know what that's about. It's still not my thing.
Like if
but
I say, "Hey, go get daddy," or
yeah,
let's go
like
get
that.
daddy.
That word in general used to make me a little squeamish. It was like, ooh.
Yeah. It's a little different when you.
I don't know if it's just growing up fatherless, but
no. Like the connotation it has in society when you don't have children and you're not, and it's not like you and your child referring to.
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's super weird.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it.
I feel like
I can't just look at you and be like, "Daddy." Ugh.
Oof.
Oh, that was gross.
That put a pit in my stomach.
That
put a fucking pit in my stomach.
That was gross.
And it filled my trousers, but it mostly filled a pit in my stomach.
It was gross.
No, but like, okay.
But like furries are the same thing. It is. It's a sexual thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
You can't say it's not.
I can though. I made a Sonic OC. I don't want to fuck rabbits, or dress up, or do any of that. Wear tails or anything like that. You don't know Sonic OCs?
No.
Man, this is why you not growing up with games is the best fucking thing in the world.
What?
Okay,
like,
so you know Sonic,
like
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, and I know what OCs are.
Did you not know that that's a huge fucking community?
No.
Absolutely gigantic community. Is people love making Sonic OCs and they love making them fuck. Why did you look at me like that? Like you're surprised? Come on, dude.
I shouldn't be.
Get hip.
We watched Chris Chan stuff.
Yeah. Well, I never really made like a fleshed out Sonic OC. I would just go on like the Sonic OC creator on Newgrounds and just make cool looking characters and then print them out and then like make them battle like WWE wrestling figures.
I'm so sorry.
Is it because you just smacked the microphone with your drink?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're fucking drinking and smoking and doing the whole fucking shebang? You're partying right now.
No, it's because the baby started moving a lot.
And it freaked you out?
And it freaked me out.
You're like, why is the boy squirming?
Yeah.
Just instantly panicked. You're like, if he makes a noise... I'm just going to be splicing clips together for days. I think...
This is why I have pre-diarrhea. I'm just stressed all the time.
Yeah. I feel that a little bit. I don't know. I've gotten a lot less nervous around the kid. I feel like starting out, he terrified me. He absolutely terrified the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm more terrified now.
Yeah. I get freaked out sometimes. because he'll do something like today when he rolled from his back to his belly for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
That freaked me out a little bit. But I was sitting there, I was like egging him on like it was a football game for like 15 minutes while he was struggling to roll over, because I could tell he was doing it, and I could tell he was mad at himself for not being able to, but he fucking did it. And I felt that first little wave of like dad proudness. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. That's my boy. And I'm yelling, just standing on the couch, standing and pointing at him, just, that's my fucking boy. But yeah, I don't know. He freaks me out now, but like before, like I had never really touched a baby, really.
You're a little bit more used to it now.
A little bit, yeah. You had much more experience when it came to kids.
Yes.
Me, I didn't hold a baby until I held my own.
I think that's the case for a lot of men.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I feel like some of them, I might have held Logan when he was a baby, after he got out of the NICU, but when he was a baby, I might have. When I was a little kid, they might have like taken a picture of me holding him, but you don't remember that. That doesn't affect how you know.
And like, which I don't know, it kind of also weirds me out like a little bit, because like, I mean, yeah, I'm the oldest, but like you're not, like, you have younger siblings and younger cousins.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe you just aren't as close with your family, because I held babies all the time.
I always wanted to be closer with that aspect of family, like the younger ones and all that. And there's a few of them that I'm relatively close with, but not on the kind of level that I would like to be. But as I've grown a little bit older, I can't say older because then people mock me because I'm still really young, but it's just a habit I've gotten into because of work. But like, I've realized that there's just not enough hours in the day to do everything that you want to do. So in order to do everything that you want to do, you just have to constantly be moving. You have to constantly be going. And I'm the type of person. Stop doing that
mindless stuff.
Huh?
You have to stop doing that mindless stuff for so long.
Yeah. And it's like, once you have to stop and like pause from the day to day, especially with the kid, like the day to day is so much more busy. When you stop and break that chain, it's almost uncomfortable. It's like leaving your comfort bubble.
Yeah.
And it's very odd. It's a very odd feeling.
Being a young parent is kind of like being a shark. You just have to keep moving forward. That's
the weirdest fucking comparison, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
Because if sharks don't stop moving forward, they die.
Yes. Yes.
And if you as a new parent, if you don't stop moving forward, shit just piles up on you and then becomes so overwhelming that you feel like you might die.
Not only does it pile up, it piles up so fucking fast that is the reason why you can't stop moving. Because, like, you stop.
The second you do, it's impossible. It almost feels impossible.
It's nuts. It's a racing track. And part of me likes that because it gives me a little bit more inspiration to, like, move around and do stuff and not be a lazy sack of shit.
My life has never felt more complete.
Complete is a good word for it. It's very complete feeling. But at the same time, there's pieces, like, it's like having a puzzle that has all the pieces, but there's other pieces that look really nice that would fit in really well, but there's no space for it. And it's so frustrating. And that's why I admire your family so much. Is because they are so fucking busy all the time, but they still make time for each other. And that is crazy to me. Because not only do I not make as much time for my family as I would like to, but it's vice versa as well.
Yeah.
Like, none of them really make any effort. So it's one of those things where it's like friends in high school. You grow apart, and it's weird that that's happened with my family. You know what I mean? It's very strange.
And I think, to be fair, I want to be fair to your family. My family is very old school. In different ways, though. Like,
yeah.
Because, like, when you normally think of old school, you think of, like, a patriarchy, you know, grandpa, you know, dads, all that kind of stuff. And mine is a matriarchy.
I actually think your family is more traditional because it's a matriarchy.
Yeah.
Think about even back in the old school days with the fucking crazy big hair and everything. Sure, the dads quote unquote ran everything. They went to work and they quote unquote made the money, and they'd go out golfing and do all that shit and say, "Bitch, make me dinner." But who was the one actually doing all the things.
Fair, but that's not even how my family was.
I'm not saying that's exactly how it is, but I'm just saying, like, and, you know, the women in the neighborhood.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
No, women
have always run the household.
Yes.
You know, men just like to think that they do.
Exactly. Just steal the credit.
Like, my family, like, it is a little bit different. My grandma worked.
Yeah.
My grandma worked in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. She was a cafeteria lady for my mom's school.
Which, by the way, can I say, that is the most grandma job.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Yeah.
When did she start being a lunch lady? Do you know how old she was?
I do not know.
Rough guesstimate at all? She never really talked about it too much?
Probably in her 30s or 40s.
If you're in your 30s and you're a lunch lady, you are a saint. You are a saint to this earth.
Yeah.
I always had the best lunch ladies. I love lunch ladies. They're the best. They're slept on.
Yeah.
Arguably more than bus drivers. I know.
So she was a lunch lady, and my great-grandfather was a mechanic after he got out of the Navy.
Yeah.
And he was the soft-spoken one.
Yeah.
Like, he was the one who sat in the living room while all the ladies were playing cards at the table, and he took a nap. So it was very...
Ooh. A ladies in the kitchen or dining room playing cards, kind of couch nap? That sounds kind of fire.
So now that's honestly how all of our family gatherings go. Like, all of the dads and guys usually hang out in the living room and are, like, watching... Like, I think on Easter they were watching baseball.
Yes.
But, like, watching baseball or football or
we literally
like
were all grouped up just...
Yeah.
At the end of the room just watching baseball.
Mm-hmm. And most of the time all of, like, the women are out and playing games, cards... Yeah. That's when we're talking about doing our taxes and the house management, all that kind of stuff.
It's a very cozy vibe.
It is. I love it.
I think it's just because, and like, people could take this a lot of different ways, but it's more or less, I personally believe that women are built different in a way to where they are just so fucking good at taking care of shit. And I know that's drilled into their brains from when they're young, and that comes with a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And all that pressure is put on them constantly, and it's not necessarily fair, but they've gotten so fucking good at it. It is crazy.
I agree.
Literal superhumans. Literal superhumans.
But I
know, big simp. Big dumb fucking simp. I am well aware. But I got respect. That's insane shit.
I attribute that to, like, why people think I'm older than I am. And why I'm more mature, because I have an older family.
Well, it's also because you're accidentally a cunt all the time.
That's true. Yeah.
So, like, that gives you, like, age points. Because people are like, does this bitch have Alzheimer's? She doesn't look like it. But
yeah, that's what it is. No, people are always surprised that I'm in my early 20s. I know you get the same thing, too. But I feel like...
I do, but that's more physical appearance type.
Is it?
I think so. That's what I get. A lot of people say it's my beard, but... My beard's not impressive enough to be a 30-year-old man's beard. It's not good enough.
Say that.
It's not good enough. It's getting better. I know it's getting better. But it's not at that point yet to where I can fool people. That there have been people who thought that I was 30.
Wasn't there someone who thought you were 35?
Yes.
And you had, like, just hit 20?
Yeah. I was 20 and they thought I was 35, which is nuts. It's the eye bags. I got them Pete Davidson eye bags. Just tired. Just fucking... droopy. I'm literally Eeyore, dude. It's nuts. Just mope around.
I feel like I look my age, but maybe I act older.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So people are always like,
That's
wait.
spot on.
Is it?
Yeah, literally. That's what it is. Like, you act older than you are. It's true. Maybe I'm just into MILFs now. I don't know. I think it's a possibility. Mm-hmm. I have an older job, that's for sure. True. A lot of people in my position are older. Yeah. Which, weird. I mean, to an extent, same here, but it's much less so, I would say. Mm-hmm. But, you know, professional maintenance techs or, you know, property management company maintenance techs, like, a lot of them are older white dudes. who just work on their cars all day.
Yeah.
So it's like, or like even like the construction type jobs.
See, and mine are like people who are twice my age.
Yeah.
Like I sat in a room today at work, and it was like all of our managers and our corporate people and all that kind of stuff, and almost all of them were twice my age. I think the closest person my age was 10 years older.
I think it makes you feel inferior in some ways.
Yes.
At least it would for me.
For
in that situation.
Sure.
Yeah. For me, I know it definitely does for me, because maintenance is basically something that's built upon experience.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's about experience in maintenance. So if you have done something that somebody else has not done, a lot of people look at you like you're just better, or, you know, vice versa as well. Like, I'm pretty sure the people at work think I'm autistic. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, because, like, they just think I don't get social cues. Which maybe I don't. This is something that I've prided myself on.
I know the men you work with.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
But, like, no, I feel like I pride myself on being very socially aware, especially in social situations.
Yeah.
And being very, very self-aware. So, like, somebody cracked a joke. Like, I had just replaced all the outlets and switches in an apartment, right? And I had switched them to white because that was what was requested of me. But somebody else, who technically also has say, made a joke like, "Oh, I'll switch them to beige. I like beige better." And I was like, "Oh, the switches too?" And then, like, the guy who originally told me to do the switches in the first place, like, almost pulled me aside and was like, "She's just messing with you. She's just messing with you, man." I'm like, "What? What? I'm not. What?" What? Like, do you think I'm slow? Do you think I'm a mouth breather? Like, no shit, dude.
I think that's a situation of where you're just too good at being sarcastic.
Okay, that's fair. I am pretty fucking good at it. I fuck with people a lot.
You do. It's super frustrating. It's super frustrating.
What do you mean?
Because I'm a very literal person.
You are.
So, like, I'll have to be like, "Were you joking?" I'm like, "Was that a joke?"
Yeah.
I have to do that all the time. Are you mad at me?
Are you mad at me? You are the "Are you mad at me" girl.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you mad at me?
And I literally have told you so many times, like, I am never mad at you. I'm pretty much never mad at you. Yeah. I had to downgrade to pretty much, because there's times.
Yeah.
But not nearly as many as you think. Not even close. Because I'm not mad at anybody, really, most of the time.
And I'm like, "You're always mad at me."
You, however.
I get mad.
You are always mad at something.
Yeah.
Whether it's a person or not a person. You are always mad at something.
It's the same thing, like, that I get, and I lost my train of thought.
Just now? It's off the rails? Dude, I saw you totally changed. Your body language completely changed. You looked so confident for like 3 seconds, and then just panic washed over your face. You're like, "I lost my train of thought." You just couldn't help but say it out loud. You're like, "It's gone. It's done." Thank you for existing. I appreciate you so much. That's the kind of shit I love.
It just left me. It left me so fast. I got worried. Dude, the mom fog is so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah. Plus you're partying.
Yeah, I don't think that really has to be. I do it at work. I do it at work all the time.
Party?
No. Lose my train of thought.
Oh. I was about to say, you got like a flask in your fucking desk?
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. I know we had it,
I
dude.
wish.
Yeah. Jesus. I've seen that shit happen in real time.
Literally going for work margaritas tomorrow because all me and my, like, coworkers have been able to talk about.
Can I just say?
It's like how much we drank as soon as we get home. Like how much we drank as soon as we got home. Like the day before.
You literally have the same coworkers as me. That's fucking hilarious. Because that's all they do. And I always have to bum them out by saying, like, "Yeah, I maybe had a beer." And they're like, "Oh, we went and got shit-faced." And I'm like, "You guys are alcoholics."
No, it's like, I had a crackle, open a new bottle of wine kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, you make little type jokes.
Sure.
The water cooler jokes. You know what I'm saying?
guess. Today my boss was like, she's like, "I had to call the building to make sure everything was okay before I opened my bottle of wine."
Wait, you have a female boss?
I do have a
Would
female.
you call her a girl boss?
Stop.
A boss bitch?
Actually, the majority of my management team are females.
That's right. Who run the world?
Girls.
That's right. Look, you couldn't not say it.
I could.
I saw it in your eyes. You wanted to not say it, but you're like, girls.
Even all of our all of our regional team is also all women.
That's amazing.
It's great. I love it.
I wouldn't.
Why not?
I don't like working with women. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right here, right now, loud and proud.
It can be super stressful. I'm not gonna lie.
Cancel me. Fucking cancel me, please.
It can be super stressful sometimes.
They are a lot to work with. Most of the in my experience. I'll caveat it with in my experience, every single time it has been a shit show when I've worked with women. Every single time. Without fail.
Yeah.
Just for maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just Ohio. It might just be Ohio. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Say something. What happened?
I think it really depends on the boss.
Okay. You're at a completely different level professionally, though. So maybe it's completely different once you get up there.
I am.
Maybe I just didn't get the chance to sift through the shit.
I've always been treated at a little bit of a higher level.
Yeah.
Just because I bullshit my way.
Yeah, you command respect in a way where you basically just make shit up.
I just guess.
People believe you because you say it with confidence. You guess. You're a lucky guesser.
I make educated guesses on things.
Yeah, you're a lucky
guesser.
And
then if I make a mistake, I'll be like, oh, okay. And that's all I do. And then I continue.
Yeah, good to know.
That's what I do professionally. That's what I suggest professionally. In any profession, if you don't know what you're talking about, but you know a little bit, like a little bit.
Yeah. Use that and stretch it.
Use that, stretch it.
Yeah.
Make educated guesses.
Mm-hmm.
And then if someone corrects you, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's good to know. And then you move on.
Yeah.
You don't get mad.
Well,
it's the people who get mad when someone corrects them about something.
Yes.
That's like, oh, I can easily tell that you're a bullshitter.
Listen, though. Listen. Do you get mad when somebody corrects you?
No. Not in a professional environment.
Not even a little bit?
Mm-mm.
Even if it's something that you felt like you were really good at?
Sometimes, if it's something that I was like 97% confident about, that I knew or I had experienced, then I'll be like, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Let me look that up.
But like in the back of your brain, do you think you get frustrated at all?
No.
Really? Mm-hmm. All right, we're different. We're built different.
I think too.
Because I hide it, but
a lot of the people I work with are older and have been in the field for a long time.
Yeah.
And while I have a solid 5 years under my belt, which in any business, any profession, that's great. Having 5 years of experience in something.
Hitting that 5 years threshold feels good.
Yeah, it does. So it's not like I don't know anything, but they know more. Mm-hmm. So I respect that.
I think it's possible to know that and respect that and still have those feelings afterwards.
Yeah, it is. Sure.
Because I definitely feel that sometimes. Like when I'll put something in and then it won't work quite right, and then my boss will come in and fix it in 2 seconds, and then he'll give me a whole spiel about how that's how you do it and stuff like that. In the back of my mind, I'm just like, oh, you already fixed it. I watched you fix it. I know how to do it. Just shut up. Just shut up. Please. I get it. I get it. Thank you for correcting me, but just shut up, please.
Now, if it's something like small that I missed.
Yeah.
Like on a form or something.
Oh, if it's like a nitpicky thing, that's a totally different ballgame.
No. But if it's like you fixing something and you maybe did something wrong one way. Mm-hmm. And as soon as somebody starts to show me how to do it, and then it clicks in my brain, I'm always like, oh, okay, no, now I understand. Yeah. I always stop it there. I don't give them a chance to, like, go into a whole spiel. I, like, watch them do it, and if they explain it, and then they get to the point where, like, I maybe messed up, and then it clicks in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, no, I get it.
Dang, you're good at interrupting people is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not. I do it on accident all the time. But I'm not good at doing it on purpose. If I consciously think I'm interrupting somebody, I shut up.
I don't know. I feel like I used to get talked over like a lot.
Yeah. No, it's a good tool. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. It's a great thing. It's one of my shortcomings.
Especially professionally, because I have to have like disciplinary conversations with people.
And they get worked up.
And they start yelling. So
You got to puff your chest out a little bit.
You do.
Not like you need to.
Stop. But, like, I've had to be like, are you going to listen to me now?
Yeah. Are we cool?
Are we cool? Can I continue?
Yeah.
I've had to be like, can I explain now?
Yeah. I feel like that's different in confrontational scenarios, though. Like, I'm pretty good with conflict. I deal with conflict fairly well. But I feel like if it's conflict that I don't feel is justified, that's the threshold for me. I need to feel like the conflict is justified in order for me to butt in.
Yeah, most of my conflicts at work are justified.
Well, I mean, the
Majority.
thing is like, if somebody's coming at you a certain way, you're in the position that you're in. You have to stand your ground. You have to do that.
Yeah, I can't.
That is
back
part
down.
of your position. You have to demand respect because you are in the position that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
With me, it's a little bit different. It's just a little bit of a different dynamic, which, you know, is fine. I don't mind it. I feel like it's a lot of pressure up there, and I feel like I could deal with it, but I feel like it would wear on me a whole lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You thrive off of it, though. You feed off of it.
Yeah.
You live for the drama.
I'm one of the, not only that, but I am a person who thrives in high stress situations.
Yeah.
And I think that has a lot to do with my anxiety because I'm almost always anxious.
Yeah.
So my body
You're terrified of something fucking up.
No. I'm like, my body is always in that, like, high anxiety, high stress situation.
Yeah.
So that's my comfort zone.
That's weird.
So I'm comfortable which is also another reason why I run around the house a lot.
Yeah.
Because I'm super comfortable in high stress situations because that's what I'm used to.
I can't say I don't understand that because I would say in high school I had that a lot. I was very quick on my feet in stressful situations, especially that first job that we had together. Mm-hmm. Very much the case. Very much the case.
No, we always had to be like, right?
Yeah.
Like, you had to be aware and present at all times.
Yes. I have made a conscious effort to mellow myself out when it comes to that because it was becoming too much for me. I'm lucky I was able to recognize that it was becoming too much for me and change myself in the way that I did, in very subtle ways to kind of give me a little bit more reprieve, without sacrificing performance and, you know, all that, which maybe it has a little bit, but I feel like it's to a point to where it's not egregious most of the time. But that has helped me a whole lot because of who I am. I cannot see you doing that.
No.
You are all gas, no brakes. Yeah. And it is fucking crazy to watch.
If I want to relax, I have to do something that I'm moving and is relaxing. So, like, going for a walk. Like, I've been doing my almost daily walks after work. And it helps.
Maybe these are characteristics, to a degree, of the fact that our jobs are the opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to what type of stress you're under. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, your mental stress is so much incredibly higher than mine is when it comes to my workplace. Mine's not zero. I won't sit here and be like fucking Easy Street or whatever, but it's not nearly as stressful as yours. Not even close. But the physical demand from mine, while yours, again, is not zero. It is not zero.
No, I was literally moving someone in the other day.
Yeah, but it's like the opposite kind of thing, where, like, mine is much more physically demanding. So, like, you coming home and going on a walk, to me, it's like, today, I thought my feet were going to fall off.
Yeah, I didn't do it today.
Yeah, but, like, if I came home and you were, like, on a walk today, I would be like, because I like to go with you. If I get home and you're walking, I like to walk with you just because. Mm-hmm. It gives me an excuse to get outside and do a little bit more exercising and stuff, and we might not have the chance to. But, like, there's days more often than not where, like, if I see you going on a walk, I'm like, she is built different. I get jealous. I'm like, damn, she is something else.
I need it. Like, I really do.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the one thing to kind of, like, signify I'm home. I get on different clothes. Mm-hmm. You know, I put my sneakers on. I grab the baby, I go.
Yeah.
I don't even, like, I bring my phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't listen to music.
Yeah.
I don't put anything on.
It's kind of nice, though.
I keep my phone in my pocket or in my bag, and I just go.
Yeah. I feel like for me, again, it's literally the exact opposite, where instead of getting home and, I don't want to say craving that physical you know, something or other, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like needing to move around a little bit more because you were doing this or that all day. Mine is the same thing, but with mental, which is why I'm always like stressing about home projects and shit when I'm at home.
Instead of doing them, yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like, oh yeah, like I'm a lot of say and a lot less do because I'm doing all day.
Mm-hmm.
I get home and I'm like, I see all the things that I want to do, and I think about the things I want to do because I don't have that mental stimulation during the day. But then actually doing it becomes hard.
That's why I like where I work, because I can still be physical at work if I want to.
Yeah.
Like even today, like I was, you know, doing care, transferring, walking around the building.
Yeah.
I don't like to be in my office. My actual job takes like maybe 3 hours out of my day.
Yeah.
But then, you know, you're talking with people, you're coming up with ideas for things, you're walking around, you're helping, you're answering phones.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. But I have to move. That's also my favorite part. That was also my favorite part about being a caregiver. Is like moving.
True. Like I liked the first job that I had in senior living, the housekeeping job, because I was constantly going from room to room, and I was constantly moving around. I was constantly doing something, and because I am who I am, I would hear the alarm of somebody trying to escape the building, and I'd be the first one to start sprinting like the cop from Claudia with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah, I remember when we used to race.
We used to race throughout the hallways.
Yeah.
I would fucking truck and shoulder check old people trying to get out and stuff, you know. Couple drop kicks, a few elbows. Do what you gotta do.
People were amazed that we were able to keep the same pace because you're so much taller than me.
Yeah.
So we would come back and
because you run like Mr. Krabs.
I do.
You literally run like Mr. Krabs. It's insane.
I do. So
I run like Wilt from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and you're Mr. Krabs.
So you tend to be a little slower.
Well, that's also because my knees are broken.
Yeah. So like we would go back to the nurse's station after doing that, and the nurse would just be looking at me like, "Oh my god, your legs go so fast for how tiny they are."
Yeah, it would be so fun. Like you look like a Pikmin running around out there. It was so funny, especially when you had blue hair. Oh my god, the blue hair! Like when you would wear it in a high bun, the blue hair, it'd just be bouncing all over like.
Yeah.
It was so awesome.
I'm hilarious to watch run.
Yeah. You're hilarious to do a lot of things to watch. Like, watching you just do things around the house could be a sport. It's so fun. It's the best. It's so good. Because there are certain things that you just do slightly off, but it's usually like facial expressions.
Oh, like you mean when like I'm focusing on something?
Yes. Dude, you are so fucking weird. It's nuts. But it's also my favorite thing about you. It's the best thing. It's just the fact that, you know, I think understanding somebody's subtleties and their smallest little facial expressions and stuff is such a fun hobby.
Yeah.
Does that make me a psychopath?
Sometimes.
Am I an insane person?
Yeah, probably.
I love picking up on body language.
I think when you're talking about like the person, you know, that you love and you live with.
Yeah.
No.
But I also like examining other people's body language.
Yeah, it's weird. That's weird.
Well, it helps me make educated guesses about them.
Gotta make sure I didn't get a work email.
You know that's been me this whole time, right? Vibrating?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's probably the Discord. Which, that Discord, is it something else? I can't see you anymore. That was a fat cloud.
It was.
Have you been trying? Were you trying to hold that in?
Yeah.
That was so much. That was incredible.
Sorry.
Smells good. But
I really needed that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna sleep good.
I hope you do. And I hope he does. But no, like, yeah, that was just me. That was the Discord, which I don't know if you've popped into the Discord at all lately.
No, because the second I do, then all my notifications go crazy for it.
You can mute it.
I have it muted right now. But, like, for some reason, when I log back on,
yeah,
it, like, gets rid of the mute button. So for, like, at least 3 weeks,
yeah,
it is constant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't keep up with this. It's too overwhelming. That's why I don't like group chats.
Like big group, you're not a group chat kind of gal.
Big group chats.
I got you. That makes sense.
Anything fine. More than 10 people, I'm done. Don't even
I think ours in total has like 31.
Yeah,
but like,
that's way too much.
A lot of them don't come around anymore. There's a lot of corpses in the guest list. Put it that way. Maybe I should purge again. Get rid of a bunch of fuckers. Probably. But we've got a lot of fun and interesting folks in there.
Yeah. Some of them who listen to this. That's I'm yawning. Some of them who listen to this is what I was trying to say.
True. Yeah. That does feel weird, by the way.
Mm-hmm. It feels weird to have people actually listen to us just have these conversations.
Yeah. Like, even if it's, like, just a few folks, it's one of those things where the podcast so far has been very easy to talk because it's just you.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally just us sitting in the office with a couple of big old dick-looking mics in our faces and just talking to each other like we usually do.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
It's great.
I think it's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I didn't think I'd like it.
Not at all?
Mm-mm.
Is that why it took us so long to start it?
Yeah.
Because we thought about doing it a lot.
Yeah, I think I was just...
And there's other people that I want to bring on eventually.
To just have one of these random talks.
Yeah, absolutely. I can think of quite a few. But... Yeah, you're terrified. But, no.
We talk about so much.
Mm-hmm.
And we do tend to get, like... a little political. I mean, we just talk about our opinions and things.
Exactly. I feel like that's all anybody can really ask for. The whole thing that is a problem with that, though, kind of ties into what I was saying before about how it's hard to, like, it's not hard to not be a piece of shit, but it's getting harder. Mm-hmm. It fits really well into that because I feel like a lot of it is less... You're not being a piece of shit, but everybody thinks you're a piece of shit because of something you said, and they don't look at the context. Nobody does the whole context thing anymore. Nobody does context check.
No, they take everything at face value, which, you know, in my position, like at work, it's become pretty much my whole personality at this point.
Yeah.
But I learn a lot about other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I learn that one mistake does not make a person.
Absolutely.
And, like, everybody needs you to speak to them differently and communicate differently.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. And just because maybe I don't agree with something doesn't mean you're not, like, the hardest worker there.
Yeah, and it's not
that we don't get along.
It's not your responsibility to personally cater to every single person you meet.
No.
You shouldn't sacrifice your own personality just because you don't agree with something.
Yeah.
Now, I think there's times where people weaponize that a little bit, and it gets a little bit... rally-ish, but... Yeah,
your opinion shouldn't... Your opinion is your opinion, and you can share it when necessary.
Yeah.
But it should not be your personality.
Yeah, I feel like that's a huge one, though. That's fucking profound. Your opinion Are you the fucking Dalai Lama, bro?
Your opinion should not be your personality. Like,
yeah.
That's how it is. Because that's one of those people who take politics so seriously and make it their whole personality. That's not how it should be. You are a well-rounded person. There's more to you than who you vote for.
Yeah.
So, like, can you tell me about your relationship with your mom? Yeah. Can you tell me what you like to do in the morning? How do you like your coffee?
Dude,
that's what I want to know. That's your personality.
Can we normalize asking people their favorite color again? Yeah. Can we bring that back?
Yes.
Those little things like that. Well, actually, this segues perfectly into something that I do all the time. And I'm sure you already know what I'm going to say, but it's my questions.
Yes.
I ask strangers strange questions. I love asking strangers weird questions. Favorite Power Ranger is my personal favorite right now. Mm-hmm. What type of cereal did you grow up with? What's your favorite cereal? What's your favorite color even? Just like general questions that I feel like are lost now because I want to get to know you. I don't want to get to know this fucking mask you're putting on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, let's cut through the bullshit, please. Because, like, once you trim the fat of even the most, devout assholes who make those things their personality, you find really great people. There are really great people, which makes it a little bit difficult for me sometimes because it also grants me the ability to see from most people's point of view and sympathize with most people.
Yeah.
But sympathizing with most people is not acceptable anymore. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
It's just a fact. And I'm not saying that you should, voice why you sympathize with those people. I think it's important for people to have both sides of the story, but there are specific situations where it's like, nah, I'm good. You killed a lot of Jews. Let's not try to understand them too much. Let's not get too deep into it.
That's like my whole thing with like, I don't know, politics.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things that I can, agree to disagree on.
Look past,
yeah. But like, gun control. Mm-hmm. I can agree to disagree with some people. I can look past that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Because bottom line, most of the time we have the same. Sorry, your mom texted me. I get distracted very easy. But most of the time we have the same goals. It's just different ways to get there.
That's perfect, yeah.
But like when it comes to like politics regarding my rights as a person, fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you can't respect me as a person to believe that I should have constitutional rights, that the same constitutional rights that you do, you're a horrible person. Yeah. There's no nice way to say that.
I think we look at it from a different lens, which is why my list of things that I can look past is so much larger. I think yours is a lot more philosophical. Mine is a lot more mental. Understanding someone's mental is aside from their personality or their, I can understand why certain people think the way they do. Does that mean I agree with them? Does that mean they're good people? No, not necessarily. But I get it to an extent.
Well, so can I. Homophobes. That's how they were raised. Whatever. Yeah,
I was fucking way on that train, dude.
But that's not a valid excuse to be a homophobe.
It's not.
So I don't care about your reasoning when it comes to stuff like that.
But I also feel like we should at least try to make it better in a way that's not obnoxious.
No.
I respect that opinion, but I have a reason if you'll listen to it.
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to homophobes, because of how long it took for me to become not one.
Yeah.
I understand that point of view where you're in that transitional period where you're trying, but you just don't get it yet. And I feel like it might be something I said in an earlier podcast, at least somewhat similar, is if you push anyone towards something too hard and in too much of an obnoxious way, they will purposefully go the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And I think we're not helping anybody by doing that more than less, because then it just creates more bad guys.
What's your example?
On accident. What's my example?
Yeah, that one needs an example.
I feel like a lot of it is just like the general liberal attitude when it comes to politics at large in the U.S., which is very broad. But if you think about the big political right-wingers, left-wingers,
it's the holier-than-thou attitude.
There is a lot of that. But there's also very obnoxious ways that people, go through these things. And I know it's like a lot of it is like you have to be loud in order for change to happen, because there's been examples in the past where that's absolutely the case, and it's absolutely gotten things done on a law level. But the individuals who are against that, who are raised to believe against specific things, that's not going to convince them in particular. And for me, it's a very tough balance between getting shit done, which is important. I'm not downplaying that. And also actually convincing these people in a very, I don't want to say gentle way, but also you're kind of attacking their entire mental by going after them in a belligerent way. So it's like you kind of have to coddle them a little bit in some ways.
So how would you then go about, like, trying to explain to a homophobe?
Man, I'm not Jesus. I wish I was Jesus so I could answer that properly. But
like, what would you suggest when you were having a conversation with someone? Me? No. What would you suggest if you're having a conversation with them and they're like, all of the gays are going to hell? And they should not have marital rights.
Let's paint the scene here. Let's paint the scene here a little bit. So what's the situation that I'm in? Am I just like in the line at Target, or
No,
is this...
like you're sitting at a bar.
Yeah.
The TV's on. It's the news.
Yeah.
And they're just talking about, or Pete Buttigieg is, I don't know if I said his name right.
It's a crazy name.
It's a crazy name.
Don't worry about it.
Is on the TV.
Yeah.
You know, right? And the guy next to you goes, all these fucking gays, they're taking over our country. They're going to destroy our country. They're killing us. They're destroying the security of marriage. You know, all that kind of stuff.
How old is this dude?
32.
That's going to be a tough shell to crack. Tough nut to crack, for sure. I couldn't do it. I could not crack that nut. I'm confident right now. But
there's a lot of those out there.
I know, which is why it's terrifying.
So it's like...
I think it takes getting to know somebody from that group. I think me, and this is going to be... I don't know if this is going to be the most woke thing I ever say. It might be. But me as a straight white man, I feel confident that I cannot persuade that dude, even though I'm in that same category in this example. Mm-hmm. I feel like it takes getting to know somebody and then learning about their preferences and all that stuff a little bit afterwards.
You mean like with your brother? Like
yeah.
When he started saying all that homophobic stuff,
yeah.
And then it turns out he was just irritated because he had to go the long way around because there was a pride parade.
Yes. Exactly.
It was the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire
life. But you heard what was in front of it. You heard what was in front of it. He was saying a bunch of anti-gay stuff. And then we sat down
to his bisexual sister-in-law.
Yes, but like we talked to him a little bit, and we were like breaking it down a little bit, and we got behind it, and it's really just he was lashing out because he was mad that his commute was longer. Is the reasoning good? But no, you can just tell that he's desensitized to that kind of language.
Yeah.
So it's something to where
it's
like...
really disappointing.
It is. But like that kind of shit happens a lot. And because it makes people angry, people latch onto that. People love that. People love to make people angry. You know me. I enjoy frustrating people a lot. Mm-hmm. It's a good time most of the time. I try not to do it too much, but I indulge. It's just that, but on a different level.
Yeah.
They're constantly chasing the dragon of just constant. It's like attention seeking on a completely different level.
It is. And, like, that's why I always try to, like, ask why they, like...
Yeah. Why?
Why?
Just get to know the actual person more. And, like, if you know the person in general and what they like and what they don't like, that isn't just that surface level stuff, mm-hmm. you might be able to connect with that person on that way and be like this, that, or the other. Because, like I've said a few times now, I was pretty bad with that stuff. Mm-hmm. And granted, it's taken me a long time. And that transitionary period, even very early on, you remember when we were living in the apartment, mm-hmm. when I was still very homophobic and all that kind of stuff, I had you sit me down and explain all of the pronoun stuff, mm-hmm. all like the pansexual, transsexual, all that, the differences between them, the nuances. I had you sit me down with a dry erase board.
Yes.
And explain it to me. At the time, it was a little bit spiteful, but I came out of it actually learning something. Mm-hmm. Granted, you're not a professor. You weren't doing like some crazy...
No, I was teaching you about the gingerbread person.
Yeah, the gingerbread person. What's the gingerbread person?
The gingerbread person, it's like, it's honestly just like a bunch of spectrums, I guess. Talking about, like, the differences between... like biological sex and gender mm-hmm. and sexuality, because it's all on a spectrum.
Yeah. And I was scoffing at everything you were saying.
Everything.
I was
my god, I was so mad. I was getting so mad.
I was convinced you were high. I was like, you are tripping, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Now I kind of get it. The Bill Nye show was still dumb, but I get it. I do get it. Mm-hmm. For the most part. I'm still working on it. I'm still work in progress, but I mostly get it. And I don't hold any prejudices like I used to when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, it's all coming down to, like, taking a step back and not thinking about yourself for 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
That's literally what all of this kind of boils down to. Is, like, taking a step back and not thinking about yourself and your biases and your history
Mm-hmm.
and being like, okay, this is just another human being. This is another human being who did not ask to be brought into this world, who did not ask for these troubles, who did not ask for their sexuality, who did not ask for all the discrimination that they'd face.
Yeah.
They did not ask for that.
Yeah.
They did not want that. That is just who they are.
Yes.
You know? And then stepping back in your shoes and being like, okay, I can stop being an asshole. They didn't ask for this. That's all it is.
It's
That's
very
all...
hard for a lot of people to do that.
It is.
And I can tell you why. And it's going to sound cold and heartless, but it's because I know that perspective. A lot of it is easy to justify. You know, it's easy to justify the scoffing and the fucking, whatever. They're just this, that, or the other. Because of the bad apples in that minority group.
Mm-hmm.
They're always going to bring up the loud minority that does the worst and most heinous shit that identifies with that group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when it comes to being gay or trans or pansexual, there's a very oversaturated and very public market of people faking those things for, I don't want to say attention, but it's probably attention, and it tarnishes the good name of the people that genuinely identify with that stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are always going to justify the hate because it's like, oh, well, so and so faked it, da 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 da. And I saw on TikTok that all these people are faking these disorders. This is why fucking people don't respect people with Tourette's.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Can we talk about Tourette's, dude? I have a cousin with Tourette's, and it's insane, right? It's not like the super obnoxious, yelling, crazy tics or anything. It's just like a facial spasm every once in a while, really. At least when he's around us. I'm sure he tries his best to dial it back, and I feel bad for him. But it's not the kind of... It's not like pity. It's just like, oh, he's dealing with his shit. You know what I mean?
I have a coworker who's a physical therapist.
Yeah.
And he has Tourette's. I mean, you can tell if you're like looking at him in a quiet room. Mm-hmm. Because he twitches a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, he's very, like... That's probably a bad word to use. But he's, like, very, like, he can't sit still.
Yeah, he's got little movement tics.
Yeah. So, like, he'll move his head, like, to the side really fast.
Yeah.
Or you'll hear him, like, hitting his leg. But as soon as he feels, like, a bunch of tics are coming on, you can see that he's, like, adjusting himself in his chair. So it's not... So it takes a minute for them to, like, start, and it kind of slows him down.
Yeah.
But he is by far the nicest and most professional person I've ever worked with. And that's the reality of Tourette's.
Most of the time. There are those loud over the top ones, and I feel worse for them, honestly, because they have to live with these terrible things and then also these caricatures that portray that.
It also doesn't like, these people who fake it don't tend to tap on the fact that they can be super painful. These are involuntary muscle spasms. They are painful. Imagine that happening in your throat all the time when you're saying stuff. It's not just saying funny things.
Yeah.
Or saying out of pocket shit.
It's like
randomly.
Yeah.
It's literally like your vocal cords and your brain spasming and saying insane stuff that probably hurts like a shit ton.
Yeah.
Like, especially
and
arms.
I know it definitely hurts the mental. I mean, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, could you imagine you're just on the phone, like, trying to get a doctor's appointment?
Yeah.
A job interview?
Yeah.
On the phone with your mom, and you start talking about how she sucks cocks in hell? Like... But seriously, it's not funny. That shit's not funny.
True.
It's just not funny.
I did just laugh at it, but yeah, you're right.
Like, actual threats, it's not funny.
Yeah. It's not at all.
Like, this shit is real people's lives. Stop faking it.
Yeah.
And respect that these are, like, and then, you know, the other people who are like, oh, those bad apples, though. But, like, respect that, you know, not everyone's a fucking bad apple.
Yeah, well...
I don't straight look at you as a straight white dude who's mad about some chick on the internet and say, oh, you're just, you know, some transphobic, super racist white dude. Like...
Yeah. Well, a lot of people do that, but... Again, bad apples in the loud minority.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's another reason why it just so happens that this same group of people has a lot of issues with mental health issues. Granted, I think a lot of that is actually going away now, but it is definitely still a thing. I think a lot of the belief of, like, I remember growing up, there was, especially with some of the people in my area, that it was widely believed that depression didn't really exist. It was fake. It was made up.
You were just lazy.
It is not made up. Not in the slightest. It is not made up.
Yeah, the stigma around mental health really has gone down.
And I think it's because we're all feeling it, dude. We're all starting to feel it. All the people that used to be shitty about it are like, oh shit, I have some shit too.
Yeah.
What? Hold on. I didn't ask for this. This is fucked up. Makes it easier to see from their perspective. And then it's instantly like what I was talking about. It's like getting to know a gay person and becoming best buddies with a gay person and finally being able to understand the nuances of what it's like to be a gay person. And it's like the learning to respect that.
Yeah.
Except that's you now. It's like this whole time, these little things that you saw as just character flaws were actually a thing. And there's a name for it. So you immediately can be like, oh, this group of people I used to dog on, it's not really their fault. It's just shit that happened to them. You know what I mean? And like, of course, people do better jobs at controlling it than others, but like, it instantly gets rid of that stigma for the most part for those people. But,
yeah. I don't know. I feel like I have a special game in the mental health, you know, my Grippy Sock Vacations. But like, there's so many things that we don't realize about what other people are going through until it happens to us. And that's just having to, and I've said this so many times, not on the podcast or anything, but in my real life, that humans are naturally selfish.
Yeah.
Like, it is in our biological best interest to think about ourselves.
Yes.
Because we're always trying to keep ourselves alive and survive.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're selfish personality-wise or selfless personality-wise. Either way, your inherent genetics want you to be taken care of first, whether it's so that you can take care of yourself some more and enjoy luxuries, or you can help other people, or you can be around to help other people.
Yeah.
So no matter what personality type you are, inherently, on a genetic level, you are selfish.
So even if you are, like, a selfless person who tries to think about others as best as you can,
exactly,
you're still going to have selfish moments. I'm so honest about that.
Absolutely.
With, like, my employees and stuff, because, you know, they'll ask me to do something and I'll forget. Because, you know, it wasn't an emergency to me. It might have felt like an emergency to them, and I didn't get to it in a timely manner enough for them, so then they're mad at me. Yeah. But then to me, I'm like...
what's the big dizzy?
Yeah. I'm like, I have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry I forgot. Sometimes I can be selfish, and I shouldn't be. You know? It's just one of those moments. We all have them. It is. It's just honestly a part of being human. But also a part of being human is communication.
Dude, totally.
Because we're social. While we are selfish creatures biologically, we're also social creatures biologically. So
we're just a bunch of monkey homies, like, for real.
So like, no, not really.
You're like, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Shut up.
But like, so it combats a lot. So then you have people who realize that, you know, I'm social. We need to be social. It's just part of it. But also, like, I'm selfish and I don't want to think about other people.
Yeah.
And then that's what kind of creates, like, difficult societies like these, especially when you don't make talking about it and talking about your thoughts and feelings. Please don't yawn. Talk about your, like, thoughts and feelings. If you don't make that a norm, it makes it difficult to be, in a good society.
Yeah, because people don't like to talk to each other anymore.
No.
Because it's so much easier not to. Well, where are you going to talk to somebody? On fucking Twitter? Where you don't understand the nuances or the tone of what they're saying. It's just words. Twitter is the fucking worst. Twitter is the worst. But it's one of those things where you get to view people's brains in a way that you can't anywhere else. Other than maybe Facebook. Facebook is slept on. I got to say something. Facebook is incredible when it comes to getting to know people, because I'm getting to the age to where I'm starting to see all of these big things happen with my friends on Facebook, all these big life events and stuff, and seeing the different ways that they go through it, and seeing the different ways that they adult, and seeing some of them turn into old people Facebook is the best thing, because old people Facebook, at the end of the day, peak getting to know somebody. I know Cheryl more than I know anybody else on the planet, just because she shares every little fucking thing on Facebook. Old people Facebook is a blast. And I feel like other nuanced Facebook groups are a treasure. You get to know people so well, because for some reason people still view Facebook as like the most personable social network. It's very weird.
It is.
It's not used nearly as much, but the people who do use it use it,
I think it's because, like, when you're on Facebook, like, half of your timeline is people you know in real life.
Yes.
Half of my timeline is my family.
Yeah.
The other half is your family.
It doesn't make any difference to me.
And then it, like, sprinkles on, like, people from high school, right?
Yeah.
So it's, like, fun. Yeah. And then you get on, like, the different groups and stuff. Mm-hmm. And people just talk to you like you're their friend.
Yeah.
And I think humans need that more.
Absolutely.
Just talking to someone like they're your friend without it being awkward.
Yeah, I mean...
Just jump right into it. Just jump head first, and that's how you make friends as an adult. And I'm starting to learn. And it's really weird.
I know that there's a saying. I did just forget it. But it has to do with that, where... Oh, yeah, no. The saying is respect is earned. Something simple like that. Respect is earned. For me, you have a baseline amount of respect starting out. Mm-hmm. I immediately respect you as a person as soon as I shake hands with you, as soon as I meet you, right?
Yeah.
That can either go up or it can go down. I don't think it should start at the lowest point. Because when it starts at that lowest point, it gets to the point to where nobody wants to talk to each other at all. Nobody wants to meet each other. Meeting new people becomes terrifying.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid, because say you follow that philosophy where you don't respect somebody you just met just because you met them. Say there's a bald white dude with sports sunglasses on. You think he's a Trumpy. He might not be. You don't fucking know. But you don't respect that motherfucker just by looking at him. You go, you meet him. He turns out to be the coolest motherfucker ever. Or the opposite. Blue-haired liberal Shelby tries to make some friends. But nobody goes up to you and fucking shakes your hand or anything like that. Because, you know, maybe the Trumpy doesn't find you approachable in that way. You don't have golf clubs on you. You know, it all starts with that base level of that very low level of respect, instead of something that you can build off of. Mm-hmm. Lay a foundation before you meet somebody, dude.
Absolutely. I feel like you should respect everybody just for getting to where they are.
Dude, absolutely.
Because we're all... Like, some days, you know, it's a great job that someone just got out of bed.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing that somebody just got out of bed and got dressed.
Yep.
And then other days, you know, on a person's amazing day is getting, like, a promotion. Mm-hmm. But both of those are still fantastic things that both of those people did. Just because one was something that you deem as normal.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that that wasn't a great accomplishment for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, just setting that base level of respect of, oh, you got up and got dressed today. You have lived a life so far. Yeah, everyone deserves respect for that.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't think other people who have done that deserve respect, my respect does go. We're going down a little further.
Yeah.
You have to respect others.
Yeah.
I lose all respect for people when they don't respect others.
Yes, which just creates a chain reaction, but I get it.
Like, my thing is, I lose respect for people when they, like... don't care about other people. Mm-hmm. When they're and you know, it's okay not to care about, like, Joe Schmo down the street if you don't know him, but, like, I'm talking about in a fundamental sense. Mm-hmm. Like, if they don't give a shit about anyone but themselves, like, they aren't the people who slow down so the old couple can walk across in the grocery store parking lot. I don't respect you.
Yeah, well, I think it's much more healthy to constantly be disappointed by people by going into conversations optimistically than it is to be numb.
Yeah. It makes you more human.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's something that I think that's one of the biggest things that's changed with me, that's helped me get over some of my prejudices, is just the fact that I stopped just expecting the worst from everyone.
Yeah.
And I started going in a little bit more optimistically. That way, maybe you know? It's just a mindset change that helps, like, a ton. But, you know, it's like, here's the thing. This is a real life thing that I started doing that helped me get over my prejudices. And it's about the political extremes, because I had strong feelings about both. And to get over a little bit of that, I still have my feelings, but to get over a little bit of that and allow me to talk to these fucking people like they're people, because they're people, is when I see that bald dude with the sports sunglasses on, I bet you he has a nice yard. I bet you he has a nice yard. Dude, conservatives have the best yards. It's just a fact. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They take their landscape
They are
very
way
seriously.
they are way into mowing their lawns.
Our neighbors.
Yes, but liberals, the left, I don't like saying liberals as a group of people. It sounds gross. But the left, you look at that extreme, and I bet you they're better at painting. I mean, they probably paint better than I do. They probably make better music than I would. I mean, I bet you they know which mushrooms are the best ones. I bet you they know plants better than I do. And I bet you their bedrooms look better. Actually, you know what? That's the smoking gun, I think. That dude on the right has his lawn. The folks on the left, they have the fucking fairy lights and the fancy curtains and the interior decoration down. Dude, that's why they need to get together. I'm telling you. Them together would make the best household.
Sure.
I think I just solved it. I think I just solved our problem. I think I just cured America. I think I did it.
I wonder, that does make me wonder, like, are liberals just more in tune with themselves?
Introspective, absolutely.
And that's why they're a little bit, like, they're more creative.
Yeah, and the conservatives value vanity more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Trickle-down economics.
Absolutely. 110%.
I
I look at both of them and I say, I don't think either of you should be ashamed of that.
I think you should be ashamed of capitalism, but...
You're a fucking communist. We made it all the way full circle. Once again, you're a fucking communist.
I remember when we were like, we weren't going to talk politics.
Yeah. You started it.
And we've probably been talking politics for like 45 minutes.
No. We've been on and off. We've been on and off politics. I think we've been talking about people in general and then kind of bringing in little sparkles of... Because whether we like it or not, the number one thing people base each other off of in the wild is politics, is their political lean.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fucking political genius. I don't know every single fucking law. I don't know every member of the government. Whatever. But that's what people relate to the most now. So it's important to recognize that. But it does get a little bit dry. It's a lot sometimes. Mm-hmm. But at this point, what else is there? People have gotten rid of nuance.
Yeah. There's nothing original.
No. Do you think maybe that has something to do with the fact that we've just done everything?
No. Actually, no. I think it has to do with the fact that humans think they need to put themselves in boxes. So then we're recycling those same boxes because that's what makes us more, quote-unquote, relatable.
I guess. Maybe. That's crazy.
Do you ever think about that?
This is so philosophical.
Humans put themselves in boxes all the time. That's why we feel the need to label sexuality. Yeah. Why we feel we need to label our aesthetics.
We slowly do build more boxes, though.
We do.
Or is it the same box but a different font? A different kind of cardboard?
Probably same.
Because every single time there's a new kind of reject, think outside the box type shit, they end up all getting together and putting themselves in that box. Yeah. It's just a different box, dude.
Yeah.
But do we just kind of swap those out for what's most relevant at the time? I would like to say
it's less of a bunch of boxes and more like the world's biggest Venn diagram.
Fair. Oof. Imagine trying to put that together, though.
Crazy.
Impossible.
But we feel like we need to put ourselves in these categories, right? I mean, just look at people's Instagram bios. right?
I hate Instagram so fucking much.
Like, I'm a Leo, moon, Cancer, sun, plant, dog, mom.
CFS 2006 alumni.
Yeah. All about them audiology vibes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That literally Instagram bios is just the label on their box.
Yeah.
That's literally all it is.
And
It's just the shipping address.
List of different things that you like. Why can't it just be something you like?
Yeah. Why can't you be... Ooh,
just put
man,
yourself...
we're getting into it. We're getting into the weeds because this is something I feel things about. Yeah.
Just put yourself in a U-box.
Be an individual. Be a fucking individual.
It's okay.
But then people saying that end up being in their own box. So it's like, it's almost... It's like trying to be yourself, but also recognizing that it's impossible to be 100% unique. It's okay to be exactly like somebody else. Just make it be on accident.
Okay. It's so okay to be
basic. Just let it be on accident.
It's so okay to be basic.
Yeah.
It's okay to like pumpkin spice lattes.
Yeah, because they go hard.
It's okay to wear leggings all the time.
Yeah, because you look great.
Yeah. Like, it's okay to like Taylor Swift. I'm just trying to think of basic things. It's okay to get a balayage if that's what you want.
I have no idea what that means. I'm interested.
Like a hair thing.
A balayage?
Like one that's like blonde at the bottom and like dark at top.
Oh. I mean, that's tough. That's a limiting haircut, but okay. You're like, allowed to. You're allowed to feel that way, but other people are allowed to feel things.
You're allowed to like your fruity drinks.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
You're allowed to like your fruity drinks.
Yeah, there's not a lot of different kinds of alcoholic beverages that I flat out don't like.
It doesn't make you special that you're a girl who likes beer.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate people like that.
Dude, chicks that drink IPAs. Oh, man.
No. Not IPAs. Not chicks who just like drink IPAs. I'm talking about the chicks who are like, yeah, I'm not like other girls. I drink beer.
I drink Coors Light.
Right? I'm like, yeah, Coors Light is a light beer.
Yeah.
Like, is that even really beer? Not really.
Yeah, pussy. I'm the real one that's different.
No, I hate IPAs.
I'm the real one that's different.
No, but I admit that, like, I like fruity drinks.
Yeah, that's fine. I do too.
And I like light beer.
Yeah.
But that does not make me better than other girls or different from other girls, because guess what?
Not like other girls.
Other girls like beer.
Yeah. I'm not like other girls has become a slogan for a reason, because so many motherfuckers said it.
So many.
It's
so annoying. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate them people.
I kind of like it. I think it's funny.
It's so cringy.
Yeah.
I'm not like other girls.
I do have a correlation. I do have a correlation.
Jeans, or I'm not like other girls. I wear sneakers. Do you know how many girls freaking wear sneakers?
Yeah. Girls who say I'm not like other girls give really bad head. It's just true. It's a fact. In case you were wondering for any, in case you were looking for any red lights or red flags.
Red flags.
Sorry, I'm actually a boomer now. I do not know what I'm talking about when it comes to that stuff.
I'm hungry.
Is it time to end the podcast for food again?
I think it's time to end the podcast for food again.
Oh my god. Wait, we need a fucking bingo card for this podcast, because holy fucking shit. What, Shelby's a communist? They end the podcast for food.
Shelby hits the mic with something.
Yeah, Shelby peeks the mic or hits it with something. Zach tries to convince everyone he's not a conservative. There could be so many.
The baby makes a noise in the background.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's actually a good idea. What are we going to eat, though? We need to at least tell the people what we're going to eat.
Well, we have a couple options.
Oh, we do.
Right?
Our snack game is usually pretty on point. We're a little low on resources
Easter candy. But it's not old, but like it's not new.
It's not that fucking. It's the 13th, dude.
Sorry. Okay, so Easter candy.
Yeah, it's not even a full week old.
But like good Easter candy. You know what I'm saying? Like
your mom splurged and got some expensive chocolates.
Yeah. Like if you're from Ohio, it's not Mally's, but it's like a Mally's.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
Mally's-esque.
Yeah. And then we've got, I think we still have some of that fudge cake because it's still in the fridge.
We do have fudge cake.
And we have Oreos.
I'm probably going to fuck that fudge cake up.
We want to do fudge cake. Do we just eat the rest of it?
There's so much left.
Is there a lot left?
There's so much left.
Isn't, like, what if we split it?
There's so much left. Baby. Maybe.
That was a big. I didn't think it was that big.
Well, I cut tiny slices.
Oh.
Because it's a lot of chocolate.
Well, I'm really hungry, so. I guess we'll see.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, guy. It's not just guys.
Bye, humanoid things. I don't know. Because I know there's a furry who listens to us, so I want to include him.
I'm going to wait to hit the stop button until it's uncomfortable. Okay. Am I going to do it now? Am I going to do it now?
Oh my god, stop.
Am I going to do it now? Am I gonna do it? Wait, am I gonna...